the Titanic, a name synonymous with both grandeur and tragedy. This colossal ship, the largest of its time, captured the world's imagination from the moment its keel was laid. Built in Belfast, Ireland, the Titanic represented the pinnacle of Edwardian engineering and ambition. Its construction was a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress. The Titanic's creation was a truly global endeavor. Materials were sourced from all corners of the world. Its steel hull was forged in Scotland. Its luxurious interiors were crafted with timber from across Europe. Thousands of workers labored tirelessly for over 2 years to bring this maritime marvel to life. The Titanic's launch on May 31, 1911 was a momentous occasion. Crowds gathered to witness the spectacle of the enormous vessel sliding gracefully into the River Lagan. The Titanic, it seemed, was destined for greatness. Little did anyone know that its maiden voyage would also be its last. The RMS Titanic was not merely a ship, it was a floating palace, a marvel of early 20th century engineering and design. Designed to be the epitome of luxury and opulence, the Titanic boasted unparalleled amenities for its time. The ship was a testament to human ingenuity and the desire to push the boundaries of what was possible in maritime travel. First-class passengers enjoyed lavish cabins, a swimming pool, a gymnasium, and even a squash court. These amenities were designed to provide the utmost comfort and entertainment, ensuring that the journey across the Atlantic was as enjoyable as possible. Beyond its luxurious accommodations, the Titanic was also a marvel of engineering. The ship's construction involved some of the most advanced techniques and materials available at the time, making it a symbol of industrial progress. Its hull was divided into 16 watertight compartments, a design feature intended to keep the ship afloat even in the event of damage. This innovative design was one of the key selling points of the Titanic, marketed as a safety feature that would make the ship virtually unsinkable. The Titanic's designers were confident in its safety, believing it to be virtually unsinkable. This confidence was shared by the public, who saw the ship as a triumph of human achievement and a safe passage across the often treacherous Atlantic Ocean. The ship's engines were equally impressive. They were designed to provide the power needed to propel the massive vessel through the water at high speeds, ensuring that it could compete with other ocean liners of the time. Powered by coal-fired boilers, the Titanic could reach a speed of 23 knots, making it one of the fastest ocean liners of its era. This speed was a crucial factor in the ship's design, as it aimed to offer not just luxury but also efficiency in travel. Its 4 towering funnels, a distinctive feature of its silhouette, became a symbol of the ship's power and grandeur. These funnels were not just functional but also added to the aesthetic appeal of the ship, making it instantly recognizable. Despite its advanced technology and innovative design, the Titanic's fate serves as a stark reminder that even the most ambitious human endeavors are not immune to the forces of nature. The tragic sinking of the Titanic remains one of the most poignant lessons in the history of engineering and design, highlighting the need for humility and respect for the natural world. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic embarked on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. Excitement filled the air as passengers and crew bid farewell to the shore. The Titanic carried a diverse group of people, from wealthy industrialists and socialites to immigrants seeking a new life in America. Among the passengers were John Jacob Astor IV, one of the wealthiest men in the world, traveling with his pregnant wife, Madeline. Benjamin Guggenheim, a mining magnate, was also on board, along with Isidor Straus, co-owner of Macy's department store, and his wife Ida. In steerage, families huddled together, their meager possessions packed tightly, their hopes for a brighter future resting on the ship's safe passage. The first few days of the voyage passed without incident. Passengers settled into their routines, enjoying the ship's many amenities and the camaraderie of fellow travelers. The North Atlantic was calm, and the weather was fair. The Titanic seemed to glide effortlessly across the vast expanse of ocean. Section 4. A tragedy unfolds. The Titanic's fateful encounter. As the sun began its descent on April 14, 1912, the Titanic steamed into an area known for its icebergs. Warnings of ice had been received throughout the day, but the ship maintained its speed, its crew confident in its ability to navigate any hazards. At 11:40 p.m., disaster struck. Lookouts in the crow's nest spotted an enormous iceberg directly in the ship's path. Despite frantic efforts to avoid a collision, the Titanic struck the iceberg on its starboard side. The impact, though seemingly slight at first, ripped a series of gashes in the ship's hull, breaching several of its watertight compartments. Water poured into the Titanic's lower decks, and the ship began to list slowly to one side. Captain Edward Smith, realizing the gravity of the situation, ordered the lifeboats to be prepared for launch. However, there were not enough lifeboats to accommodate all of the passengers and crew. Section 5. Untold Stories of Courage and Sacrifice, Human Drama on the High Seas. As the icy waters of the North Atlantic began to claim the Titanic, stories of extraordinary courage and selfless sacrifice unfolded amid the chaos and despair. The ship, once a symbol of human ingenuity and luxury, was now a stage for acts of heroism and profound humanity. In the face of unimaginable terror, the human spirit shone through. Survivors recounted tales of bravery that defied the overwhelming fear and panic that gripped everyone on board. One such story is that of the ship's band, led by Wallace Hartley. These musicians, who had entertained passengers throughout the voyage, now found themselves in a dire situation. As the Titanic sank, the band continued to play, their music offering a glimmer of hope and solace to those facing their final moments. Their melodies, filled with both sorrow and comfort, provided a poignant soundtrack to the unfolding tragedy. Their selfless act of bravery has resonated through history, a testament to the power of music to soothe even in the darkest of times. The band's final performance is remembered as a symbol of grace under pressure, a beacon of humanity's resilience. Another poignant tale is that of Ida and Isidore Strauss, the elderly couple who chose to face their fate together. Their love and devotion to each other were evident in their final moments. Ida refused to board a lifeboat without her husband, and Isidore refused to leave while women and children remained on board. Their decision to stay together, even in the face of certain death, speaks volumes about their character and the strength of their bond. They were last seen on deck, arm in arm, as the Titanic slipped beneath the waves. Their story is a powerful reminder of the enduring power of love and loyalty, even in the most harrowing circumstances. In the midst of tragedy, acts of kindness and compassion provided a beacon of hope. Strangers became allies, united by their shared plight and the instinct to help one another. Passengers helped one another, sharing blankets, offering words of comfort, and putting the needs of others before their own. These small acts of kindness were lifelines in a sea of despair, showing that even in the darkest times, humanity's light can shine brightly. The stories of these unsung heroes remind us that even in the face of adversity, humanity can prevail. Their courage and compassion are a testament to the strength of the human spirit, inspiring us to act with kindness and bravery in our own lives. Section 6. A Race Against Time Rescue Operations and Their Aftermath. As the Titanic sank beneath the waves, its distress signals crackled through the night, reaching the ears of the RMS Carpathia, a nearby passenger liner. The Carpathia, under the command of Captain Arthur Rostron, was about 58 miles away when it received the distress call. Despite the distance, the crew knew that every second counted. Captain Arthur Rostron, responding immediately to the call for help, ordered his ship to race towards the Titanic's last known position. He pushed the Carpathia to its maximum speed, navigating through the treacherous ice fields that had already claimed the Titanic. The crew prepared the ship for the incoming survivors, setting up makeshift hospitals and gathering supplies. The Carpathia arrived at the scene of the disaster at around 4 a.m., over an hour after the Titanic had sunk. The sight that greeted them was haunting. The vast, empty ocean, dotted with lifeboats and debris, illuminated by the first light of dawn. The crew could hear the cries of the survivors, a chilling reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. All that remained of the once mighty ship were scattered debris and lifeboats filled with traumatized survivors. The lifeboats, designed to hold a fraction of the ship's passengers, were overcrowded and filled with people in various states of shock and hypothermia. The survivors clung to each other, their faces etched with the horror of the night's events. The Carpathia's crew worked tirelessly to pull the survivors from the icy waters, offering them blankets, food, and medical attention. They moved with a sense of urgency, knowing that time was of the essence. Many of the survivors were in critical condition, suffering from exposure and injuries sustained during the sinking. The crew's efforts were nothing short of heroic. The news of the Titanic's sinking sent shockwaves around the world. As word spread, people were gripped by a mix of disbelief and sorrow. The Titanic had been a symbol of human ingenuity and progress, and its loss was felt deeply by many. The disaster dominated headlines, with newspapers providing detailed accounts of the tragedy and the ongoing rescue efforts. Newspapers were filled with harrowing accounts of the disaster, and people gathered in droves to await the latest updates. Families of the passengers anxiously awaited news of their loved ones, hoping against hope for a miracle. The public's fascination with the Titanic's story only grew as more details emerged, painting a vivid picture of the ship's final moments. The sinking of the Titanic, once thought to be unsinkable, became a symbol of the fragility of human life and the unpredictable nature of the sea. It served as a stark reminder that, despite our technological advancements, we are still at the mercy of nature's forces. The disaster led to significant changes in maritime safety regulations, ensuring that such a tragedy would never happen again.